But, yeah, hi. How's everybody doing today? Welcome, welcome. Nice to see everybody. How are you all doing today? Hello. Hi. Howdy. Welcome. Nice to see you. How are you doing today? How's everybody doing? What's the vibe today? Happy Wednesday. Doing okay, tired, but so excited for anaxa. Me too. That's also how I'm doing today. I am also on... I'm tired, but excited for anaxa. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate the 40 biddies. Thank you, Frolicking Fire, for the 40 biddies. My alert box didn't send that notification. It's supposed to be an on-screen celebration. You guys might have seen it on your end. Did you see it on your end? Because I didn't see it in OBS. It should have came up in Twitch, though. I have some more biddies to send. Haha, ooh. Oh boy. Got a big spender today. I saw it, yeah? Okay, okay. Yeah, so it doesn't come up in OBS, but as long as you guys saw it and I set it up correctly. I didn't see it in my alert box, though, for some reason, which is a little strange. Maybe I didn't set up the on-screen celebration alert properly. Not sure. I didn't see it come up with the Frolicking Fire has given 40 bits, but maybe there's a separate section that I have to set up when it comes to on-screen celebrations. I'll have to look at that after stream. Ah well, it is what it is. We'll deal with that later. So yeah. Welcome. Today we are playing more Honkai Star Rail. Today is the first day of the brand new anaxa banner, hopefully. Hopefully I got the day correct. So we are going to be opening the stream with attempting to pull for him, so please pray for me. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you, Frolicking Fire, for the 400 biddies. I appreciate it. Happy anaxa day. Yes, happy anaxa day to you too. I'm very excited. I've been excited for this guy for basically since I found out that he existed. So we're going to be attempting to pull for him, and hopefully that goes well. A couple things to note beforehand. I don't have guaranteed, and I only have like 40-something pulls. So we'll see how it goes. Pray for me. Well, hopefully it goes well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully it goes well. We'll see how it goes. I don't have guaranteed because I just pulled Jocho in this game. So hopefully he comes on as soon as possible, or if in the case that I have to lose the 50-50, we are hoping for a Blade 50-50 loss, and we're hoping for it to be a very early 50-50 loss. Oh, there he is. It's so funny that they finally reran Ratio. He's been in the game for so long, and he hasn't had a rerun yet, as far as I'm aware. But he finally got his first rerun, and they chose to rerun him alongside anaxa, who just absolutely bodies him in terms of how good he is. Like, this is so cruel to run my guy against such an absolute, like, powerhouse of a character. Like, this feels mean. It's probably because they gave him away for free. That's probably why they did it. So a lot of people have him already, but still, it's like brutal to have to choose between these two. If you really wanted Ratio, they're now running him alongside anaxa, so like, fuck you, basically. It's rough. So yeah, I have 42 pulls. Like I said, I just pulled Jocho. That's the last pull that I did. It took fucking forever. Oh, look, we got 33322 and 33344. That's fun. It took forever. I ended up having to push to really high pity to get Jocho. It was pretty brutal. What was the specific number? I have it saved in my warp tracker. So trying to get Jocho, I lost the 50-50 to Fushuen at 81. Which is fucking brutal, but at least I got Fushuen. I did really want her. So that's a 50-50 loss that I'm actually quite happy with. And then Jiocho was 79. So that was an absolutely brutal banner. It was not fun and not forgiving. Took fucking forever. So we are hoping that this one is going to go a little bit better than the previous one did. Why is it telling me about this again? I already did this. Why do I have a notification? Did they add something to this? Because I did this already. Hello? Oh, yeah, we finally, as a collective, completed the picture. Cool. Hell yeah. Let's go. A fuel as well is kind of huge. Oh, Welt dropped. No. Did Welt... Is he crying? Because he dropped his cake on the floor? I think he's crying. That's so sad. What the fuck? My poor guy. I got the outline of his hair as my coordinates, which is kind of fun. This is so fucked up. Look what they did to him. He's fucking crying. Is he crying or sweating? I can't tell. I think he's... Either way. Very sad. I can't believe they did that to him. That's fucked up. Well, the outfit that Dan Hung is wearing is actually kind of cute. He actually looks really nice in this little casual fit that he's got going on right now. The little hoodie that the Trailblazers have is kind of cute too. Everybody's got cute outfits on. I mean, these two have they always wear this. This is the outfit they've always got on. But like March's little outfit is cute, and Dan Hung's outfit is cute, and these two have a cute outfit on too. This little like live balloon is kind of scary. I don't know about this. That's a little intimidating. I don't know that I want live balloons. Anyway. So I got more anaxa funds out of that. That's fun. Okay. So let's do the aptitude showcase first to see what exactly this guy gets up to. I mean, I already know. I've watched videos, but we'll see what the game says about him. Implant up to 7 weaknesses on multiple enemies. When attacking, can additionally use skill 1 time. That's the only information they give for this guy. Oh, they actually explain how the characters in the trial that they are running alongside work now. You can actually see what everybody does. So for Herta, when allies attack, apply stackable marks to the target. The more stacks are marked on the target, the more enhanced skill damage can mark the location of treasure. I mean, I have Herta, so I know how she works. Reduces all enemies' defense, removes buffs from a single enemy, automatically heals allies who are low HP, activates a healing zone. Allies will regenerate HP after launching an attack, dispels buffs from all... Oh, I didn't know he would dispel the buffs on enemies. I just got Locha for the anniversary when he was free. I didn't know he was a buff dispeller on enemies. Kind of huge. He's so dope. I love his design. He looks so good. Hi, Bubbles. He's really cool. This, like, alchemical symbol tattoo he's got on his inner forearm is pretty cool. And the, like, Full Metal Alchemist looking sigil he's got on his hand is pretty dope. Such a good character design. He looks so good. Bubbles is trying to steal the spotlight. Okay, let's take a look here. So we got his Siggy. He's level 80. Makes sense. 77. Crit rate 100% crit damage. What does he scale off of? Is he an attack scaler? I think he is, right? Let's see. When the wearer's turn starts, regenerates 10 energy. If the enemy target has a weakness implanted by the wearer, increases the wearer's damage dealt to it by 60%. Okay, that's already kind of huge. Getting energy on the start of your turn and increasing damage by 60% is huge just out of the gate. When an enemy target gets attacked by the wearer decreases the target's defense by 12%, and his signature is his Siggy weapon, or light cone, whatever, is also a defense shredder. That's kind of huge. That's a really good light cone. So we got 888 with all of the... Interesting that they leave these two stat bonuses for some reason. This crit rate bonus would have been enough to get him to 82%. I don't know if he needs that much specifically, but interesting that they just don't level a couple of the stat bonuses in the trial for some reason. That's okay, I guess. He's E0. Magician isolated by stars, soul true to history, pupil etched into cosmos, blaze plunged to canyon, embryo set beyond vortex, everything is in everything. Huh. Fascinating. I don't know what his constellations do. I'm not going to be pulling for his eidolons. So we're not really going to concern ourselves with that too much. We know he's cracked, and this just makes him even more cracked. So they have him running the Sprightly Von Wack and the Pioneer Diver of Dead Waters, which is interesting. I don't know if that's what was recommended on the sites that I was reading. What were... Hang on, let me bring up the build guide that I was looking at for him, for what was recommended by other people. Genius of Brilliant Stars. If you have his Siggy Light Cone, if you don't have his Siggy Light Cone, Scholar Lost in Erudition, or Eagle of Twilight Line, if you're using him with the Herda. Interesting. So he stacks with, yeah, he builds off of crit and attack, right? Yeah, I think so. If you are running him with Pila or Jiao Chou, that actually is a good set for him. Oh, is it? Increases damage dealt to enemies with debuffs by 12%. Well, yeah, makes sense. Because he implants weakness. Does weakness count as a debuff, or is that considered its own category of status effect? Does this benefit himself without Jiao Chou and Pila? I don't know how weakness is... I don't know if what he does for implanting weaknesses is counted as a debuff or not. Increases crit by 4%. The wearer deals 8 or 12% increased crit to enemies with at least 2 or 3 debuffs. After the wearer inflicts a debuff on enemy target, the aforementioned effect increases by 100%, lasting for 1 turn. Okay, so I see why that's good for Pila. That's interesting. Any other teams you definitely want to change, though? Yeah, but I see why this trial specifically uses this. Okay, okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. He looks so cool. This is Nouvelette, his outfit, if Nouvelette was like an edgy, like, emo scholar boy, instead of like the regal judge that he is. They have a similar, like, silhouette. I love the, like, shoulder cape with the, like, little split cape. Peak design. He looks really good. I like him a lot. The fact that he has a gun is also, like, so funny. He has an alchemical gun in this, like, very high fantasy, ancient Greek inspired world.
I'm not built for this.
I'm not built for this? That's so funny. He sees an enemy and he goes, oh man, do I have to? Come on. He says, I'm not built for this, you go ahead. It's really good stuff. Okay, let's see. So basic attack, Pain Bruise Truth, deals minor wind damage to one enemy, sure. Skill, Fractal Exile's Fallacy, deal minor wind damage to one enemy and bounces 5 times in total, prioritizing bouncing to targets who have not been hit. The more enemy targets on the battlefield, the higher the damage. Okay. Ultimate, Sprouting Life Sculpts Earth, inflicts sublimation on all enemies and deals wind damage. In the sublimation state, targets will be simultaneously inflicted with 7 types of weaknesses and can't take action if they do not have control resistance. I don't know what the hell control resistance is. Is that like a hidden stat that enemies have? Talent, Tetrad Wisdom reigns thrice. After hitting enemy targets, inflicts one random weakness. Enemies whose weaknesses reach 5 get inflicted with a qualitative disclosure. Anaxa deals increased damage to targets in the qualitative disclosure state. After Anaxa uses basic attack or skill on them, unleashes one additional instance of skill without consumption. So he can use his skill twice if they have 5 weaknesses implanted on them, and his ult implants 7 weaknesses. His skill does not do that. His ult does, but I think his technique actually has something about that. So Prism of the Pupil inflicts the terrified state on the surrounding enemies. Attacking a terrified enemy will always be considered as entering battle via weakness, and applies one weakness of the attacker's type to all enemies. So if you use his technique and you do the terrified thing and then you attack them, then when you enter combat, they all have wind, because he's a wind character. Or if you attack with somebody else, it implants whatever their elemental type is as a weakness onto the enemy. So you start combat with whoever attacked with their type implanted. So he deals increased damage to targets in the qualitative disclosure, but the only way that he can reach the qualitative disclosure is through his ultimate, right? After hitting enemy targets, inflicts one random weakness. Oh no, okay, so every time he hits an enemy, regardless of what the source is, one weakness type will get implanted. So I guess if they get hit by a bunch of bounces on his skill, it'll implant a bunch of different weaknesses. I don't know if every individual hit of his skill is capable of doing this, or if the skill is considered as one hit as a collective. Enemies whose weakness reach 5. Okay. I understand how it works. I was just trying to make sure that I understand like the ins and outs of it. Okay, so we're opening with the ult.
The show has begun.
Okay, so he's dramatic. So he's a showboat. Understood.
With this divine power, I reforge all things.
Cool. Pretty dope. His animations are so cool. Okay, so when they get the star above their head, they are in the qualitative disclosure state, and they have all of the weaknesses that they need to have. Do a slow version too? Oh, true.
Sink into insanity.
Sink into insanity as he shoots you with his alchemy gun. Enemy. Okay. That's good stuff.
Detected. This happened.
Does she not know how her own weapon works? Why does she get surprised?
Under control.
I have it under control. What a funny guy this guy is.
Time for good old counterattack.
Why does people get surprised when she shoots people? Why does she get surprised her weapon blasts enemies? Okay, we'll do a slow version of this.
The show has begun. With this divine power, I extract the world's purity to reforge all things!
Cool. It's mostly the same voice line, but a very slight difference.
You've just got to expand your thinking. Curiosity is a dangerous, endless riddle.
Hell yeah.
The answer.
Very cool. His animation is really dope. He's kind of stealing Fu Xuan's, like, drip, to be honest. Fu Xuan has a really similar alt animation, and she came out way before he did. He's kind of stealing her drip, I'm not gonna lie.
Door to a whole new world. Glimpse the unknown for a moment, and let it captivate.
But his alt is really cool. It looks amazing. It's a very, very cool animation.
Straight to the soul.
Okay, so I think from what... Let me try that again. I think his skill counts as hitting each enemy once. I don't think multiple bounces of his skill count as having hit multiple times for the specific implanting of weaknesses.
Enough.
Let me try that again. Nux is reheating the fuck out of Fu Xuan's nachos. He really is. He reheated them and added jalapenos. Yeah, I mean, he's doing his own spin to it,
What's
right?
wrong? Never seen perfection. You just
Like, it's
have
not
to
like a
expand your
complete
thinking.
copy, but it's very similar. Okay, so these guys who just showed up, they only have physical and ice weakness. So,
Sink into insanity.
yeah, they only gained one more weakness. So each use of his skill will bounce to any enemies, but even if they get hit multiple times by the skill, it seems to only implant one weakness through one usage of his skill. Bouncing to an enemy multiple times doesn't seem to be able to implant more than one weakness. It's just counting as one hit, even if they're getting hit multiple times, from my understanding.
Inputting commands. Whoa.
Hi Lou, how's it going? Welcome back, nice to see you. It's been a busy
Still
week.
as
That's okay, no
hopeless as
problem.
ever.
You're not obligated to be here, but I'm glad to see you whenever you're able to show up and hang out with us. How have you been? It's nice to see you.
The door to a whole new world.
Okay, so he's dope. His kit is very cool. I want to do that one more time because I want to make sure that I'm like understanding the way that his passive works for the bouncing and implanting of weaknesses.
Watch this magic trick.
Watch this magic trick. He's so funny. Okay.
Now, maybe you deserve some of my attention.
So we have 4 weaknesses on this guy. 3, 4, 3, 4. Okay. So everybody getting hit by this.
Allow me to see you off.
Wait a minute. Hang on. So it was 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. Was it not? Or was it 4, 3, 4, 3, 4? Fuck, now I don't remember. I was hacked at Easter and spent a lot of time recovering my counts? Oh my god, really? Oh, that fucking sucks. I'm sorry. That's awful. Did you manage to get everything back? Oh, what a terrible Easter weekend that is. That really sucks. I'm sorry. Thank you for the lurk, Chris Player. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Okay, let me try. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm understanding how the skill bouncing implants things. Okay, so it's 4, 3, 4, 3, 4.
Sink into insanity.
And we got 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. And some of these guys, I think, got hit multiple times. So I think it only counts as implanting one weakness per one usage of his skill per one turn. I don't think each individual bounce counts as being able to implant a weakness multiple times. How many times does it bounce exactly? Deals wind damage equal to 61% of anaxa's attack to one designated enemy, and additionally deals 4 instances of damage. Each instance of damage deals wind damage equal to 61% of anaxa's attack to one random enemy, prioritizing bouncing to enemy targets that have not been hit by this instance of skill. When used for each attackable enemy on the field, this skill has its damage dealt. So it increases by 20% damage for each attackable enemy in the field. So this is not a great way to practice this right now. We need to get further into the battle to see how this properly works, because it will hit once and then bounce 4 times, so it'll do a total of 5 hits. And there's 5 enemies on the field right now, so it prioritized hitting all of them one time. So let's kill some of these guys here.
Look, the show.
So that we can have less guys to bounce to, and then we'll see when there's only like 2 or 3 guys if it is capable of implanting multiple weaknesses in one turn or not, because that's the thing that I really am curious about knowing. If the whole singular instance of the skill is capable of implanting multiple hits and multiple weaknesses onto an enemy, or if it just does one per instance. It was horrible, but everything's fine now. They tried to make a purchase on my card, but the bank didn't release it because I was in another country. Ugh, well,
You've just got to
at least your
defend
bank
your thing.
helped, I guess. That's rough. I'm sorry that that happened to you, but I'm glad that you got everything back and sorted out.
Curiosity.
That's scary.
There's endless riddles.
Okay,
The
sorry,
answer
my nose ring is bothering me.
nothing but a void.
Okay, so I'm trying to reduce the amount of guys that are on the field to just a couple so that we can see this a little bit better. Okay, so there's 3 guys on the field right now, and it's 3-2-2.
Straight to the soul.
So it was 3-2-2, and now it's 4-3-5. So this guy on the far right got hit multiple times, and each time that he got hit, implanted a weakness, because it was 4-3-3, and this guy got hit twice, and he has 2 more weaknesses than he did before. So this guy only got hit once. So he went from 2 to 3, but this guy went from 2 to 5?
If I wait any longer,
'Cause it was 3-2-2,
the universe will
right?
just implode.
So it went from 3-2-2 to 4-3-5. So yeah, they can be hit multiple times by one instance of the skill, and every individual hit that it does implants a weakness onto an enemy. That's what just happened. He went from like 2 to 5 instead of 4 or whatever. Like he got hit multiple times. So that's what I was curious about. So if there's one enemy on the field and you hit Anaxa's skill, it should be able to implant 5 weaknesses on that enemy because it'll hit 5 times, which will immediately put them into the qualitative disclosure state. So he will immediately be able to do more damage to that enemy on his next attack. If there's only one guy on the field, which I think is why it does more damage depending on how many guys are on the field. Because if there's only one guy on the field, then he's going to get all of the weaknesses in one go, and then the next turn gets bonus damage because of qualitative disclosure. So that's interesting. Good to know. That was what my big question was. I just wanted to understand how that particular thing worked. I was going to say I've been reading, and people are saying Anaxa is cracked, but when he's in pure fiction or 5 enemy lineups like this, his bounce isn't as effective as when it's just a boss and 2 smaller guys, because bounce should hit 3 people, not 5. Yeah. So it does more damage at like his skill itself. The usage of his skill itself does more damage depending on how many guys there are on the field. If there's 5 guys, then it does 20% bonus damage per guy that's on the field. But each of them will only get hit one time because it prioritizes hitting somebody who hasn't been hit already. So it's doing more damage as a usage of the skill, but it's not implanting as many weaknesses. So he's not achieving qualitative disclosure as quickly if there's that many guys on the field. So he's not getting the bonus damage from qualitative disclosure as fast, which I think is probably why they made his skill do more damage, like as its own thing. But he has a built-in passive where he gets energy back. So he shouldn't really have trouble using his ult regularly to be able to implant all of the weaknesses on enemies anyway. So it probably shouldn't be a big, like either way he's doing crazy damage. Either his skill is doing bonus damage to all of the enemies on the field, or his skill is hitting an enemy enough to get them up to 5 stacks of weaknesses to be able to enter the qualitative disclosure to then do more damage on his next attack. So no matter what you do with him, he's doing crazy damage. He's just cracked. Okay, so ratio, I have him, but I haven't used him in so long, so we're gonna do the trial just for the bonus primos. So all attacks from this unit or teammates can trigger powerful follow-up attack. The more debuffs are on the enemy, the more Dr. Ratio's crit rate and crit damage increase. Okay, I didn't know that. I have him. You'd think I know how he works because I used to use him, but...
You learn to know yourself.
The fact that he hits people with a book is really funny, genuinely. Yeah, I vaguely remember how this guy works.
Dangerous thoughts.
This is such a premium team that they give you for his trial, but it's like his best team.
The harmony will soon play in unison.
Easy, Numby. Easy.
I don't have Topaz, so I don't really know how she works.
Stars echo.
Something about she does follow-up attacks or something? I don't know.
Spend freely.
Adventuring.
I'm asking questions.
I'm in agony. I have never been able to get Adventuring. Every time he's been on the banner, I either haven't been playing the game or just haven't been lucky enough to get him, or he's been run against somebody else that I wanted more. So I've not been able to get him yet, and it pisses me off so bad because I want him so bad. I love Adventuring. Agony. It's absolute agony.
Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
The ratio has barely done anything. It's just been Topaz and Adventuring. 50k might be reachable for me. Okay, 96, not bad.
Watch your head.
Okay. Okay. I don't need to do anything, they're just managing themselves. It's crazy follow-up stuff going on here.
Let the valuation begin. Liquidation!
Wow. That's quite the follow-up team. Okay, I see why people run these guys together. Holy shit. They kind of just do it themselves. That's a lot of follow-up attacks. I vaguely know how this guy works. Crazy.
If I change no time.
We're just gonna auto-target this guy. Whatever. I have him, but I'm not gonna be using him
Give
for
these
anything.
trailblazers your blessing.
My bitrate all fucked up on Twitch?
Charge!
Is the stream is the stream crusty quality for you guys?
Time for a good old counterattack.
Is that just on my end? Oh, it's on auto quality, that's probably why.
Cannot.
Yeah, I think it's because it was on auto quality.
Charge!
Who will it be?
Does the stream look okay on your guys' end? Looks okay? Sounds okay? How are we doing?
Ready for another?
Like a shadow.
Oh, stars, give these trailblazers your blessing.
Darkness charge.
Who will it be? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Darkness charge.
Chat, do you think I can rope my partner into making, allowing me to do the polls on his account? Live on stream? Do you think I can twist Illy's arm enough to let me do the polls on his account?
Can't stop the run!
You may do the polls on my account live, yes? Yes! I did it.
Keep
I
up!
twisted his arm.
You can fight it, or rock with it!
Okay, I don't know. Do you want me to do yours first or mine first? I think you're closer to getting him than I am.
Keep up!
Because you actually have guaranteed. I don't. I don't remember. What were you at? You were at
You can
like
fight
31?
it, or rock with
Unguaranteed
it!
or something like that? I don't remember how high you were at. Always getting hiccups every time I drink anything. I don't know what's wrong with my body's ability to drink without inhaling a bunch of water. 31 guaranteed. Okay.
The sanctuary but a vision.
I guess we'll do mine first. And then we'll do yours after. 16 saved. I tried to get some more this morning, but didn't want to do the event or anything because it's not fully out. Yeah, fair enough. Understandable. We'll see how it goes.
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
He did. He did do break damage. He's right. My god. Okay, well, that's the aptitude showcase done. Okay, chat. We'll see how this goes. Pray for me. I'm literally at like 0 pity, and I don't have guaranteed, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see. Not this one. Holy shit, how'd you do a giant heart? Why is it so big? Bits? Oh, Gigantify and emote use 30 bits. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Thank you. Thank you for the 30 bitties. 2, 3, 4. So we got Serval on 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I don't think I have Serval finished. Hang on. What's my... So... Hang on. So Serval is at E4 now.
Rock and roll might
Okay.
be my only true companion.
And then Moza is done. He's at E6. And Dan Hung I've had at E6 for so fucking long. So if I get anybody that's not Serval, then we'll be getting free pulls. But if I get Serval, well, yeah, it is what it is. Bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that was 1 early. I think I have this light cone. I think I have a couple of this light cone. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 2 4 stars. We've got another Serval. Okay, we got 2 Servals back to back. I think I have E6 Serval now. Okay. Well, now if I pull a Serval, we're getting free pulls, so that works, I guess. I was kind of a cracked 10 pull, I'm not gonna lie. 3 4 stars and 2 Servals back to back.
Might be my only true companion.
Okay, well I have an E6 Serval now. Okay. Sure, I guess. It was kind of good for a 10 pull. Okay, so we're at 20. So this is going up to 30. If I lose 50-50, we are praying for a blade 50-50 loss. Because I don't have blade yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have this one already. 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Mid, but you know, whatever. We take those anyway. This is my last 10 pulse that I have saved up. Hopefully we get some good 4 stars here, if nothing else. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So it's a free pull. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Thank you, Moza. So we got another 5 pulls to go. So this is 41. This is 42. 43. $44. Ooh! Chat, we got a 44, we got a 5-star. Oh. Oh my god, please. I'm so scared. No fucking way! Oh my god. Wow, that was so early. And that was on a 50-50 win. Holy shit. And it was on 44 as well. Lucky number, apparently. Wow. Holy shit. Wow, I don't know that I was actually expecting to be able to get him today. That's crazy. 44 on a 50-50 win. That's fucking crazy. Wow. That's the best luck I've had in this game for so long. Holy shit. Oh my god. Chat, we did it. We pulled him. We actually did it. I'm kind of shocked. I don't know that I expected to be able to get him with what I had saved up today. I'm like kind of in disbelief. That's literally the best luck I've had on this account so far, I think. Because I'm not going to lie, my account has been a bit bricked for a while. Wow. We did it. Day one, we did it. We got him. Damn, okay. Wow. Yeah, I think that's the earliest. Hang on, let me I'll show you guys. Hang on. How do I how do I show you guys? Hang on. How do I fucking do anything? Firefox. Okay, so this is my pull history in this game. Just so you guys have an idea of how fucking abysmal shit has been for me. This is all of the characters that I've pulled in this game. So we have the guaranteed warp, like the beginner baby warp at the beginning of the game. So this one doesn't really count, it's whatever. This is my standard banner history. The fastest I've ever pulled anything was on the standard banner, and it was a duplicate Japard light cone at 15. I don't really do much with the weapon banner. And this is the limited 5-star pull history. I've never pulled a character faster than 68 on the limited 5-star banner. Sunday was the fastest I've ever pulled a character in this game, and it was at 68. So pulling a Noxa at 44 on a 50-50 win is officially the best this account has ever done. Well, my account's not bricked, at least. So there's that. Wow, we did it, chat. Holy shit. Crazy. Wow. Now what? I have a pull left. Should I build pity? Should we just throw whatever we've got left over at his banner and see what sticks? Hang on, let me take a look. What does his E1 do for fun, just in case? After using skill for the first time, recovers 1 skill point. When using skill to hit enemy targets, decreases the target's defense by 16%, lasting for 2 turns. Okay, so his E1 refreshes skill points and turns him into a defense shredder on top of being a weakness implanter? That's pretty good for an E1. That's pretty good, though. I don't know. That's kind of worth trying to pull for, don't you think? We may as well, right? Let's be silly. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We may as well, right? It's only one pull, but we'll just throw whatever else we get here on the banner for fun. Alright, well. We did it. I had to deflee my cat. I'm back. I missed some stuff. Oh, did you? Did you see what happened with my pulls? Did you miss all of the pulls? Did you miss everything? Welcome back. I hope your cat enjoys not having fleas. No, I missed the last 10 pull, and whatever happened then came back at watching your pull history. Oh, so you didn't see the last 10 pull that I did? Did you see the pulls that I did after the 10 pull? What happened? This happened. Yeah. You weren't here. I pulled him on 44. Yeah, this happened. I won my 50-50 on 44. And I got an anaxa. That's what happened. While you were gone defleeing your cat, I pulled an anaxa. I didn't know you weren't here. I was wondering why you were so quiet when I pulled him. I was like, damn, he doesn't even care that I got the guy on the banner. That's crazy. He didn't say anything. That's wild. Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I got told I had to go to... Well, whatever. You had to deflee your cat. She needs to not have fleas, right? It's not a big deal. Also, thank you for the 30 bits for gigantifying the Pog emote. Thank you. Appreciate it. Very kind of you.
All things are connected by origin and are made of the same essence.
I had my green candles and lighting on. I put the like teal. You can't really tell on my camera because of the way that it looks, but I put the like light, soft pastel green light on my microphone that like matches the wind and matches his hair color. I put on green lighting. I put on some patchouli incense because patchouli is earthy. Felt like it matched Cersei's vibe. So, yeah, that's what happened. You stepped away to deflee your cat, and I pulled an anaxa. I won my 50-50 on 44. I'm still a little shocked. I'm still kind of in disbelief. That's when I was showing off my my pull history. I was talking about the fact that oh fuck, I just fucked up my septum ring. I was talking about the fact that this is the fastest I've ever pulled a character on this account because my previous record was 68 with Sunday. But this is my new record. If I was here, you would have never got him. Shut up. That's not true. Don't be silly. That's not it. I actually got him. Oh my god. Also, I don't know if you saw, but I was reading his E1. Were you here when I was talking about this? I think now that I have him on day one, I'm just going to keep throwing pulls at his banner for the rest of his banner cycle because his E1 makes it so that he recovers skill points when he uses his skill. For the first time. I don't know if that means the first time in an entire combat or whatever, but it also makes it so that he's a defense shredder on top of the fact that he is a weakness implanter. So his E1 is like really good. So I may as well just keep pushing. Like worst case scenario, I lose 50-50 and I get Blade who I want, and it's going to be Blade. It has to be Blade. If I lose 50-50, it's going to be Blade. But best case scenario is I pull another anaxa and I get his E1, and his E1 is really good because it makes him a defense shredder. So it says after using skill point for the first time recovers 1 skill point. So is that the first time within an entire fight? Or the first time within like a wave of enemies? Or I'm assuming that means the first time per battle. And then on top of that, when using skill to hit enemy targets, which is like, yeah, no shit, that's what the skill does. Of course, it's hitting enemy targets. It decreases the target's defense by 16%, lasting for 2 turns. Like, the fact that he turns into a defense shredder and a weakness implanter is like so good. He can do both, and he has like hyper carry main DPS capabilities. Like, he is his own team if you start getting his constellation or his eidolons, whatever. That's wild. His E2, when enemy targets enter the battlefield, triggers 1 instance of the talent's weakness implant effect and reduces their all-type resistance by 20%. Just when they enter the battle, they get a weakness type implanted on them and have their all-type resistance reduced by 20%. His E2 is really good too. Holy shit. Just when an enemy enters the battlefield, this gets put on them. They get a elemental type weakness implanted and their all-type resistance by 20%. That's crazy. That's a really good E2. Then we got the ultimate and basic attack goes up. Yeah, makes sense. His E4, when using skill, increases attack by 30%, lasting for 2 turns. This effect can stack up to 2 times. Well, he's going to be using his skill like every turn that he gets, basically, so he is just always going to be having a essentially 60% attack increase. Holy shit, his E4 is crazy too. That's a really big attack bonus. Skill and talent go up, makes sense. His E6, the damage dealt by anaxa is 130% of the original damage. I don't know what the fuck that means. The damage dealt by anaxa is 130% of the original damage. So he just does 30% more damage than he would have otherwise? I don't know what the hell that means. That's really confusing. The 2 effects in the trace Imperative Hiatus will be triggered directly and will no longer depend on the number of erudition characters in the team. Oh. So E6, he doesn't require an erudition character on the team. He just does... yeah, Imperative Hiatus. So when you have one other erudition character on the team, so when it's just a Nox on a team and he's the only erudition character, then his crit damage increases by 140%. But when there's 2 erudition characters at least on a team, so him and one other character, it increases all damage dealt by allies by 50%. But if you have his E6, both of those happen. It doesn't matter how many erudition characters you have on the team, he gets both of those effects. If I'm understanding. Yeah, the 2 effects in the trace will be triggered directly and don't depend on erudition. So this is Acheron's E2. So if you get his E6, then he does both. It doesn't matter how many erudition characters are or are not on the team. He gets both the crit damage bonus and all allies get 50% bonus damage. That's a really good E6. And then on top of that, it says the damage dealt by anaxa is 130% of the original damage. I don't know what the fuck that means. I guess before... So the amount of damage that he does is more before you... The original damage, I'm assuming they're counting like before buffs and weaknesses are counted. So this is just a damage buff. I don't know why it's worded like that. I don't fully understand what that's referring to. But his E6 makes it so that he does more damage. And both of the effects of his erudition character passive thing get triggered all the time, no matter what your team comp setup is. So his E6 is crazy. That does... Like, it makes him a team-wide buffer, and it buffs his own personal damage and crit damage and just, like, flat-out original damage. That's crazy. All of his eidolons are really good. I'm really impressed at how good his E1 is. Like, just with this one on its own, that's a really good eidolon. it's kind of worth pushing for the E1 and even the E2. Like, both E1 and E2 are such big buffs for him. Because E1 makes him a defense shredder, and E2 makes him an all-type resistance penetrating character. So he just, like, does crazy amount of enemy defense and weakness and resistance shredding. Just on E2. Like, he's cracked. That's crazy. He's so good. Okay, so let's get this guy set up here. So I have this for him. This is his best in slot if you don't have his signature light cone. I'm not going to be pulling for his signature light cone because I hate the weapon banner. His signature light cone is really fucking good. To be honest, it's almost worth pulling for because of how good it is. But I'm not a huge fan of weapon banners. They're really frustrating. Honestly, he's a character that, like, it almost is worth pulling for because his light cone is really, really good. Because when the wearer's turn starts, regenerates 10 energy, so he can ult more often. If the enemy target has a weakness implanted by the wearer, increases the wearer's damage dealt to it by 60%, which is crazy. Just makes him do even more damage. Every time he implants a weakness on enemies, he just outright does 60% more damage. When an enemy target gets attacked by the wearer decreases the target's defense by 12%, lasting for 2 turns. The same types of effects cannot stack. So, okay, so, that's actually interesting. So if you get his signature light cone, what was the percentage on it again? 12%. When an enemy target gets attacked by the wearer decreases the target's defense by 12% for 2 turns. Whereas his E1, when he uses his skill, it decreases the target's defense by 16%. So if you get either his E1 or his signature light cone, he becomes a defense shredder. Either way, you can choose either one. His light cone also does even more than that, like it outright increases his damage on top of that. But if you get his E1 or his light cone, he becomes a defense shredder on top of the fact that he's already a weakness implanter. And if you get both, I'm assuming they stack. Or maybe not. His light cone specifically says the same types of effects cannot stack. But I think that's talking about its own defense shred. I think that means that the light cone's 12% won't stack, but I doubt that that means that the light cone's 12% doesn't stack with his E1's 16%, because that would be a bit confusing if they weren't capable of stacking, but maybe they can't, I'm not sure. I don't know if his light cone and his E1 defense shred stacks or not. But either way, no matter what you do, if you get his E1 or you get his light cone, he becomes a defense shredder, which is huge. So this is the first time in a long time that I've actually been like, damn, maybe this character's light cone is actually worth it. Because here's the thing, I'm also missing a lot of like the 4-star light cones in the game. There's a bunch of them that I don't have that I could genuinely use on my account. And a lot of them, you're way more likely to get them on the weapon banner than you are on the character banner. So, interesting. This is the first time in a while that I've actually been tempted to pull on the weapon banner because the signature light cone that this character uses is really good. And because it's an erudition light cone, I could, in theory, put it on a different character. It wouldn't be as good on the Herta because the bonus damage wouldn't apply to her, but the defense shredding would. It's best to put it on Anaxa. It's going to be best if it's on him because of the weakness implanting specifically. But still, it's really, really fucking good for him. This game has 75-25 with the chances. It's not a 50-50, but it is like, I don't know. Yeah, it's why I don't really like weapon banners. They're a really high investment. You really have to be willing to go the full way, or else it's kind of a waste. You need to push it to the 5-star, or else it's like you're kind of just throwing your shit at the weapon banner and not really getting much back for it. So if I was going to do it, I would have to be willing to fully commit to getting whatever 5-star pops out of that banner. Just only throwing a little bit at it and then stopping like I did on the Jing Yuan banner is not worth it. So it's something to consider. I will have to keep this in mind and consider whether I feel like his E1 is more valuable or his light cone is more valuable. Because his light cone is a flat damage increase and defense shred, whereas this is more defense shred, but only by 4%. But it also recovers a skill point the first time he uses a skill, which is kind of whatever. It's fine. If it's only the first time per battle or the first time per wave, then it's like, okay, we get 1 free skill point, which is like fine, I guess. But the defense shred is the main thing that is like actually really good on this. But his light cone increases his damage and adds defense shredding. So it actually does more than his E1 does. So a lot of light cones are so good in this game, and some 4-stars cannot compete, but 70 to 80 pulls for a weapon is such a toss-up. Yeah, that's kind of the predicament that I'm in with considering this, is like his light cone is really good, and it turns him from a crazy powerhouse to an even crazier powerhouse. But if you're going to pull on the weapon banner, you kind of need to be willing to commit to getting the 5-star. You really do need to be willing to push it the whole way, or else it's kind of a waste. And the other thing to consider is his E1 does a very similar thing that his light cone does. It does slightly more defense shredding, but it doesn't get the damage bonus that his E1 has, or that his light cone has, sorry. His E1 doesn't have the damage bonus, but it has slightly more defense shred. So it's a bit of a toss-up. Either way that you choose, they're both a good option. Pushing for his E1 or his light cone is both of them are worth it. If you do get the light cone, I would say you gotta have the 70 to 80 before pulling is all. Yeah, I have to agree. Though I already have a little bit of pity on the light cone banner, because way back in like one of the early Jing Yuan reruns, I did a little bit of pulling on the light cone banner. I didn't pull enough to get his 5-star, but I did a little bit. So I have 25 pulls on the light cone banner already. So I would need to save like 50 pulls to guarantee getting one of the 5-stars. So that's worth keeping in mind. 50 pulls is a lot, but it's not too hard to get there. Especially because I'm still running through the story, right? So there is a lot of room to get a bunch of Jade. So getting to 50 before the end of his banner is definitely doable. I just have to consider if it's more valuable to get his light cone or his E1. Because if I push for the E1, then I might lose the 50-50. And I might get Blade, which I will. I'm going to get Blade if I lose the 50-50. And if I lose the 50-50, then I can then consider, okay, well, the next banner, or whatever, I could save my guaranteed for, like, Cypher, or whatever. I'm in a position where it's like no matter what I do, it's a good choice. Pulling for his light cone is a good choice, and pulling for his E1 is a good choice. I just need to choose which one that I can do because I don't know if I can realistically do both. I could try, but it depends on how lucky I get with him. We'll see. It's something I will need to consider. We'll go back to saving our pulls. I did 1 pull, so we're at 1 pity on the character banner, and we're at 25 pity on the light cone banner. So I will just go back to saving my pulls, and then I'll think about it for a couple days and try to decide whether I think pushing for the light cone and actually using the pity that I have saved up on that banner is more worthwhile than trying to push for his E1 or not. We'll see. I'll think about it. I don't think I can go wrong either way. It's just I need to figure out which one I think is more valuable in the long run, considering like having a guaranteed for another character further down the line. We'll see. I'll think about it. Yeah, I don't know what you should do. You got a lot of time to try for one, but yeah, considering and pondering time. Yeah, I mean, I got anaxa on day 1, which is still a bit surprising. So I have his entire banner cycle to now consider what I want to do. So there's that. That's good. I forgot the Jing Yuan incident on the light cone, so you don't have to go too far then. If you save about 50, you can do light cone. Yeah, exactly. That's my thinking. Because I already have 25 from the Jing Yuan incident. Yeah, realistically, I should only need to save...
All things are connected by origin and are made of the same essence.
True. Realistically, I should only need to save about 50-ish to guarantee whatever 5-star pops out of the weapon banner. If I get lucky, then I'll get a 5-star weapon on the light cone banner.
All things are connected by origin and are made of the same essence.
If I get lucky, then I won't have to use all 50, but if not, I'll probably need to save somewhere between 50 and 55 to guarantee getting a 5-star on the weapon banner. We'll see. It's definitely worth considering. Okay, so we gotta level this guy up now that we have him.
Try subduing this kind of power.
Fucking calm down. We're just leveling you up. You don't have to get so aggressive with it. You can do my pulls. Haha, pull off that luck again, please. Oh yeah, hang on. Before I level up my anaxa, hang on. Let's go do pulls on Illy's account real quick. Hang on. How are we feeling, chat? Are we happy about this? Hang on, I didn't mean to... I gotta swap accounts, hang on. There we go. I do not have a lot saved. We can get to 47 pity. Hey, but you have guaranteed. If we win the 5-star early, you're getting him because you have guaranteed on your account. So if we can get lucky enough to get a 5-star early, you have him. Okay, so this is Illy's account. This is Frolicking Fire's account. So this account is currently on 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31. So we're at 31 pity with guaranteed on this account because he lost 50-50 on the Jiaoqiu banner. So if we pull him early, it's guaranteed to be an anaxa. So everybody, we're praying for an early 5-star on this account. Oh, not the 10 pull. We still have 6 more after this, though. So this will be 31, 41. So it'll be 41 by the end of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got the Yuri light cone for you. You're welcome. Fascinating. I lost count because I got caught off guard by getting the Yuri light cone. Oh, and a Serval. We got 2 4-stars on your first handful. And a brand new light cone. Is that one of the Remembrance ones? Yeah, Remembrance light cone. What does this one do? Increases the wearer's attack by 16%. After the wearer uses ultimate, increases the basic attack damage dealt by the wearer and their memo sprite by 20%, lasting for 2 turns. After they use their ultimate, their basic attack damage increases. Okay, so is this for... Huh. Is this for Aglaya? Who uses this? I don't know who this is good for. Ide, maybe? Getting a Yuri light cone and getting Serval. I said, I'm sure. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Oh, sure. Oh, I'm sure. Bro doesn't buy his Tracks of Destiny? You didn't buy your Tracks of Destiny for the month? Okay, so we're at 41. So this is 42. $43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. This is the last one we've got saved. Please. 48. Ugh. We hate to see it. Unless... Fuck. I was hoping we would get a 4-star so we can get a free pull. Unlucky. Unlucky. But that's okay. 48 on guaranteed. You will easily get him if you continue through the story and do puzzles and stuff, like in a couple days. You're so high pity on a guaranteed now. Easy within a couple days you could get this guy, no problem. No problem. You're welcome for the Yuri light cone. I bestow gaze upon you. You're welcome. And I also got you an E4 Serval.
Might be my only true companion.
Anaxa hates me, but lesbians love me. Yeah, true. Real. It does seem to be the case, considering you have 2 of the Black Swan and Acheron light cones, which I still don't have, which pisses me off because I use Acheron and Black Swan all the time, but I haven't been able to get that one yet, which... It's a good one for Acheron. No, not Genius's Repose. I want the other one. I'm trying to look up who the one that we just got. Genius's Greeting is what it's called. Genius's Greetings, plural. Yeah, it's for Aglaya. I thought so, because when she uses her ultimate, she then gets like enhanced basic attack or something like that. So that's an Aglaya light cone. So if you ever end up pulling Aglaya, then there you go. You have a light cone for her. Genius's Greetings is a good light cone for DPS Remembrance characters who scale with attack and primarily use basic attacks to deal most of their damage, which is how Aglaya works, so that is for her. I love the Herta and Ron May, the world's biggest shipper of those two. True, it's a very good pairing. Very good pairing indeed. Oh yeah, tomorrow, actually, the monthly shop reset is going to happen. Where is it? Yeah, so in 7 hours and 49 minutes, the monthly shop reset is going to happen. And you'll get 5 pulls out of here, which will put you at 53. So, yeah, we're getting up there. Honestly, like, you could easily have him if you mash through the story, because you've seen cutscenes before. if you get through the story and you do some puzzles and then the shop reset tomorrow, easy, you could have anaxa within a couple days, no problem. Gonna be easy to bring him home. She's the basic attacker. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, yep. Yeah, her kit works with enhanced basic attacks after using her Garment Maker Ultimate, from what I remember from her trials. By the time the event releases, every combat thingy as well gives out 500 jades total in the reset, and I am doing my Divergent Universe. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I forgot about the event because I haven't started the brand new event yet. So yeah, between the shop reset and the new event that they just added and Divergent Universe, and then just going through story and collecting puzzles and chests and stuff throughout the map, like, easy. You could get anaxa, like, tomorrow or the day after, depending on how much work you put into the account. Honestly, it's not even a stretch. Like, very, very easy to get him. Okay, so let's go back to working on this guy. So he needs this boss, so let's go over here. Go do some, wait, I put him as my build target, right? So it'll tell me how much I need to, yeah, okay, he's at my build target. So let's go work on this guy before we get into working on the story, because I want to use anaxa today, if possible. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but we'll give it a shot.
Joe, don't just focus on exercising your intellect. Take some care.
We'll see.
More season.
I should be able to use him in the story, I think.
Since you're already
Hang on.
here.
While we are farming the boss, I'm gonna go BRB to use the restroom, so I'll be back in a couple minutes while we're fighting stuff. BRB.
Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Serenity is before me. I will watch over you and guide you on your path.
Never hesitate!
This song is pretty dope. It's kind of a banger. I'm not gonna lie.
A little more heat.
Too slow.
Since you're already here, why not
Thank you
have
for
a
doing
meal
my
before
polls of charming streamer.
Not fear.
You're welcome.
That won't do.
Sorry we didn't get him, but it is what it is. I have a super stressful day on, and I gotta pop to the shops to pick up my medication paid. Well, I forgot to, so I'm BRB quickly. Because it is a 10-minute trip, I do that now while farm some Heroine stories on. Okay. Have a good errand run. Hope it goes well for you.
Watch over
Enjoy
you.
your trip to the
Guide you
shop
on your
and the
path.
paying of your bills and whatnot.
Too slow.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
The fearless knows not fear.
We're just gonna be here for the next little bit farming his boss materials, and then I gotta farm the materials for his
Victory is inevitable.
for his light cone. And then we gotta see what I can do about his traces, and then see if I have anything for relics. I don't know if I have any relics for him. I tried to do a little bit of farming before he came out,
Since you're
but
already
we'll see.
here, why not have a meal before you leave?
The fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
Forever.
We'll see if I
Triumphant.
have anything he can actually use.
Victory is inevitable.
We'll watch over you and guide you on your path. And doubt
So what does he want for... Okay, so if he has his signature light cone, then Genius of Brilliant Stars is going to be his best relic set, but we don't have his signature light cone
Since you're already
yet.
here, why not have a meal before
So Scholar Lost in Erudition is going to be the best alternative. When you're using him with the Herda, specifically Eagle of Twilight Line is one that you can use. I don't think I have very many of that particular set, though.
Watch over you and guide you on your path.
Never hesitate.
Yeah. I will probably be using anaxa with the Herda. But I don't think I have like any pieces from that particular set, so I think I'm gonna go with the Scholar Lost in Erudition one.
That won't do.
Because I
Since you're
think
already
I
here,
actually have some.
Why not have a meal before you leave?
The fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
Forever.
Because the Scholar Lost in Erudition set is a crit rate bonus, and then increases damage dealt by the ultimate and skill by 20%, which, I mean, his skill and his ultimate already do a lot of damage, so that's good to have even more damage on them. After using an ultimate, additionally increases the damage dealt by the next skill by 25%, which synergizes super well with his kit, because he gets a free use of his skill. So yeah, we'll probably go for the Scholar Lost in Erudition set. That one makes the most sense for him. Just as like a generalist.
Guide you on your path.
Just so that when I'm not using him with the Herda, he still has something that benefits himself
Since you're
just
already
fine.
here, why not have a
And
meal
I don't know whether or not I'm going to pull for his light cone or not. So we'll just go for the Scholar set instead. We gotta level up his light cone. Which enemy do I have to farm for the light cone again?
Before me.
Never hesitate.
So the light cone that I have now is the one from the event that just happened, the
Since you're
anniversary
already
event.
here, why not
Which
have a
increases the
meal
wearer's
before
attack by 8% for every one different weakness type an enemy has. Increases the damage dealt to it by the wearer by 4%, up to a maximum of 7 weakness types can be taken into account for this effect. But I think I have it at max superimposed because it was an event light cone. So I think it's actually 16% attack increase and then 8% bonus damage from the weakness thing. So that's the one that we have for now, and that's the one that we're going to be popping on
Since you're already
him.
here,
So what enemy do I
why not
have to
have a meal
fight
before
for
you
this?
The fearless knows not fear.
Exquisite Colored Draft? I'm pretty sure that's the material that he uses for his traces, isn't it?
Serenity
The
is before
Erudition
me.
Draft
Watch
material.
over you and and guide you on your path.
Exquisite Color Draft, Eternal Lament, then the Sunday boss. Yeah, so he uses the same material for the light cone and for his traces, so that's convenient.
A little more heat.
That won't do.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal
And
before
Glory Aspersed Torso is just something that the amphoreus enemies drop. I hopefully should have a bunch of those, because I've killed a bunch of the amphoreus enemies, and I haven't had any of the other amphoreus characters to need to level up. So hopefully I have a bunch of those materials sitting around. We'll see.
I'll watch over you and guide you on your path.
We're almost done with his Ascension boss.
Since you're already here,
Hopefully I have
why
enough
not
books.
have a meal before you leave?
The fearless knows
I
not
might.
fear. Too slow.
Do I? I might need a couple more books.
Forever triumphant.
We might only be able to get him to like 75 or something.
Serenity is before me.
We'll see. I don't know how many books I have compared to how many I need. Okay, so 2 more runs of this boss and then we are good to go.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
The fearless knows not fear. Too slow. That won't do. Forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
Torment and doubt, farewell. I'll watch over you and guide you on your path.
Get everything on my desk over. I'll need to check. I think I did a little bit of farming for relics for him, but I don't remember how much I did. I don't know how many of that particular set I have. Could have actually been the
Since you're
Rudolent
already
Arena
here,
that I was
why not have
farming
a meal
for.
before you leave?
The fearless knows not fear. Too slow. Forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
Serenity is before me.
Wait, hang on.
Watch over you.
So
Guide you on your path.
let me reread this. What's that? Real quick. So Genius of Brilliant Stars is Anaxa's best relic set, especially when paired with his signature light cone. Life should be cast to flames. But is it specific to that light cone, or can he use that set no matter what he's running? What does it do? So the Genius of Brilliant Stars relic effect. 2-piece increases quantum damage by 10%. And 4-piece, when the wearer deals damage to the target enemy, ignores 10% defense. If the target enemy has quantum weakness, the wearer additionally ignores 10% defense. So it does 20% defense ignoring. So it gets around 20% of their defense, whatever. If they have quantum weakness, which he can implant quantum weakness. That's one of the things that he's capable of doing. So by default, it ignores 10% of their defense, but as long as they have quantum damage, it does 20% instead. So he can do that. So I guess maybe we should go for that one instead, right? Because he's capable of doing that. Of implanting quantum weakness. It's RNG for whether or not he's going to and how fast he will. But he is capable of doing that, so it does work. And every time he uses his ultimate, he implants all weaknesses, so... oh, I finished the battle pass. Yeah, whenever he uses his ultimate, he'll be implanting all weaknesses. So... I guess we may as well go for that one. It works best if you use his signature light cone, but you can still use it if you don't have his signature light cone. I don't think I have any
All things
pieces.
are connected by origin and are made
Let me see.
of the same essence.
Genius of Brilliant Stars. I have 4 pieces from this set, and Jade probably has all of them. Yeah. Might be able to craft some pieces. Yeah, I could make some pieces for him. That actually works. So yeah, I mean, we can do it that way. So I can make a set for him. That'll work. That'll be fine. I don't know how many materials I have to be able to level up my light cones. Or my relics, sorry. Yeah, let's get him ascended.
Try subduing this kind of power.
Fucking relax, dude. We're just leveling you. So aggressive. I hope I have enough books. I don't know if I do. No, my nose is bothering me.
Try subduing
I think I
this
have
kind
enough of these
power.
materials.
Truth is already in my hands.
Okay, well, we did have enough books. Barely. We barely had enough. How many books do I have left? Do I have anybody that I can level? So I can see how many books I have left? Not many. We barely made it. I had just enough books to get him up to max. Okay, next up, we gotta do his light cone. Yeah, so I have super imposition 5 on this, so it's 16% attack increase, and then for every one different weakness type an enemy has, increases the damage dealt to it by the wearer by 8%. Up to 7 different weaknesses types can be taken into account, so I don't know what 7 times 8 is. I can't do math like this very easily. So that's a pretty significant damage increase. Like, this light cone is very good for him. To be honest, I might be like fine just using this light cone, to be honest, without needing his signature light cone. Like, this is very good. An overall good light cone for Erudition characters because it provides them with attack and also gives them a good damage boost based on how many weakness types are on the enemy. Damage boost is unconditional since all enemies have either 2 or more weaknesses, so it will always be in effect. However, this is better if the character can inflict multiple weaknesses to max out the damage buff. So, I mean, yeah, like, this does a shit ton of damage because Anaxa can fully take advantage of the effect of this. So, I mean, honestly, I'll probably be fine just using this as his light cone without needing to use his signature. We'll see. Need to ponder it. I still need to work on the Remembrance light cones, the 3-star ones, just in case somebody uses them for something, because I don't have that many Remembrance light cones right now. I think these are the only 2 down here. So we got this one that I gotta superimpose. I was accidentally salvaging all of these before, forgetting that they added 2 new ones that I needed to superimpose, so I just had ones on hand. I like having the 3-star ones on hand just in case, because a couple characters can actually make decent usage of them if I don't have a better 4-star alternative, which used to be more of an issue when I was new to the game because I really didn't have that many 4-star light cones, but now I have a decent amount of them. I'm still lacking some in a couple paths, but for the most part, I'm doing a lot better on light cones than I used to be, so it's not as necessary for me to have the 3-star ones sitting around, but I still like to just in case. I'm glad I did a little bit of pre-farming for him. I didn't do much. I don't always like to pre-farm for characters if I don't know that I'm going to be able to guarantee getting them. Like I said, it was a bit unexpected that I actually did pull him today, because I didn't have guaranteed on my pity. So I did a little bit of pre-farming, but it was mostly just materials that were usable on other characters that I have already. So I did a little bit of farming for the Erudition draft materials. because he and Jade use them, and I'm still working on my Jade. And I did his weekly boss, which also I needed them for Sunday anyway, so if I didn't get anaxa today, I was going to use them for somebody else. But I'm glad I did, because I was able to get the light cone up to max. So his light cone is done, and his ascension level is done. The traces are next, and this is going to be a whole thing that we have to deal with. So I'll get his bonus abilities first, just to make sure that I get these, because these are important.
Long and lonely road. Intellectual pursuit.
Okay, so his bonus abilities are done.
Long and lonely road.
I'm gonna look up which of his skills I need to be focusing on. I'm assuming it's gonna be his, like, his ult, his skill, and his talent. I'm guessing all three of them are gonna be important, but we'll see. And then... so, we'll see. Do I have anything good for the Scholar Lost and Erudition set? Because if I already have something good, it might be worth just popping whatever I have on. But if not, then I might just make some pieces for the Genius of Brilliant Stars set. Oh, I need to salvage these. I don't know why I have this many of these sitting around. So he wants crit rate, speed, crit damage, attack, and wind damage on the sphere. Oh, just very straightforward hypercarry attack kind of stats. So, got attack on this one. Crit damage on this one. These aren't great. Got crit damage on this one and nothing else. No, that's not ideal for him. I don't really want outgoing healing bonus. HP percent, it's not great. Attack boots, he wants speed boots, I'm assuming. Yeah, most characters want speed boots. It's not great. Okay. Well, I don't have the best pieces for this set, so I guess we'll just make some Genius of Brilliant Stars pieces instead. So we'll see if RNG favors us today with his relics. I don't have the best luck when it comes to relics and artifacts, to be honest with you, but, you know, never say never, I guess. So this is the set that we want for him. So we are looking for speed feet, as per usual. Most characters want speed feet, and then we'll pop a attack percent on here. Or should I put a crit rate on here? Maybe crit rate would be better, or crit damage? Should I do crit rate or crit damage? Probably crit rate, right? For Nox's build, prioritize crit rate over crit damage since he can get a lot of crit damage from either his bonus ability or the Herta's message from Beyond the Veil ability. Yeah, so we'll do crit rate on speed boots. And then we'll hope that we can get crit damage and attack percent on the other substats. We'll see how that goes. Main stat, speed, substat, crit rate. Yes, please. Oh, not bad. Okay, I'll take it. Hell yeah. Cool, cool. I'll take it, I'll take it. And then we want a crit rate body with... what is his speed value that he wants? 134 or 135 or any speed breakpoint above that. Okay. So let's up the speed boots on him. And we'll get these leveled up. Hopefully this rolls into attack percent. That would be nice. Flat HP. Whatever. We got 2 rolls into crit rate and 1 into crit damage. That's good enough. Whatever. I'll take it. That's pretty good. So now his speed is at 122, so he needs a little bit more speed because we want to get him up to around 134, 135. So we'll start with... we'll start with making his head and hands first and see if any of those roll. Speed. So we're looking for speed, attack, and crit rate. See if we can get lucky here. Attack percent, break effect. It's okay. Might need to use it. See what we get on here. Attack percent. Again, it's fine. Try again. Attack percent and crit rate. Okay, we'll take that. Speed, please. Nope. I don't want this, thank you. Try again. Crit rate, 8 flat HP and effect hit rate. Nah, not quite. If I could get either crit and speed or attack and speed, I'll take it. No. No. Okay, not even close. Well, we got a 4-liner, which is exciting. I don't get those very often, but it's not even close to what I would like in terms of the stats, so, you know. Ugh. Oh boy. It's not even close. It's not even close. Okay, we might have to put speed on the crit rate body, just so I can... Oh boy. Alrighty. It's rough out here, chat. Okay, so this one's pretty good. So we'll pop this one on him. We'll level this bad boy up. I don't have enough materials to get it to 15. Got a flat attack roll and a crit rate roll. Well, not ideal. I don't have enough materials to get it up to 15. Oh my god, I don't go artifact farming enough on this account. Holy shit. Ugh. And none of these are especially what we're looking for on him. This one has attack percent, and that's about as good as it gets so far. This one has crit rate. Might be better. I think crit rate's more valuable for him than, yeah. And the rest of these are kind of dog water. So, alright. We might need to resort to crafting speed onto the body. So I think we might just do that just to be safe. So we want crit rate as the main stat, and then we want speed as a substat, just to make sure that we can get him the stats that he needs. Oof, not the double defense, and it's only a 3-liner as well. I fucking hate to see it. Hopefully that rolls well. We'll see how it goes. And we're still hoping for something decent here. Attack percent. Ugh, well. Crit rate with nothing else. Probably just gonna have to roll one of these. Just hope for the best. Oh my god, come on. It's our last chance. Nope. Well, whatever. We'll just roll one of the ones that we got. Not that I have the materials to be able to, but whatever. It's fine. Good enough. It's good enough. This one has crit rate. This one also has crit rate. This one has attack percent. Attack percent. This one has higher attack percent than the other one does. So we're probably just going to have to use one of the crit rate ones. We only had 2 that rolled crit rate, and they both rolled the same amount of crit rate. And they both rolled a flat defense or HP, and they both rolled effect hit rate. So we'll just roll this one, I guess. It's fine. See how it goes. So he has a full set, at least. It's not ideal. We'll work on it later. We'll try to iron out the kinks and get some better substats later. But for now, set is good enough. I need the materials to be able to level it up. So, you know, we're still working on it, but it's fine. And then we want Rutilant Arena for his sphere and for his rope. I don't know how many pieces of this set I have? Oh, 48. Okay, well, we'll see. Maybe we'll have something good. Do we have a wind damage sphere? I kind of doubt that, to be honest with you. Oh, I do, actually. Okay. This one has attack percent, this one has speed. This is a bit of a toss-up. It depends on how much speed I have by the end of this. And then we want an attack percent rope. So, crit rate, crit damage. Okay, pretty good. Nope. Mid. Gross. Yuck. Well, that one has crit rate. More crit rate than this one has, but this one also has crit damage, so we'll use that one instead. And this one has speed, but nothing else. Okay, well, I'll probably have to use this one. Crit rate, crit damage, pretty good as long as it rolls into those. So he's got an artifact set, at least that's usable. Take it. Better than nothing. Then we just gotta get them leveled, which is the next hurdle that we have to get over. Relic Helm. Hi, welcome back. I have a set for him. I crafted a set for him. It's not perfect, but it'll do. It's pretty decent overall. We got... His speed boots are pretty good. These rolled pretty well, for the most part. So, I mean, I'm happy with his boots. Got nice boots. This... It could have been better, but it could have been worse, I guess. I mean, not really, considering I crafted the speed onto these, but whatever. This one's fine, I guess, and this one's pretty good because it's got attack percent and crit rate, so we'll take this one. This one's attack percent with crit, so that one's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. It doesn't have speed, but whatever. We'll figure out the speed somewhere else. So this is pretty good rope for him, and hopefully this rolls into speed to make up for the speed elsewhere. So he's got a relic set. I just gotta level it. I don't have the materials to level it, but his relic set is perfectly usable. As long as he gets a little bit more speed and gets closer to 134, it shouldn't be a problem. Then I just have to worry about like the crit stats and whatever, but not bad, considering I just kind of pulled it out of thin air.
All things are connected by
Okay, so for his skills,
the same essence.
I'm assuming we're gonna want like all three: talent, alt, and skill, but let's see what the guide website says. Okay, so his basic attack is a medium priority, should be saved for last as it contributes to the least amount of his gameplay. Yeah, it makes sense, I guess. We'll do the basic attack when we're done with everything else. We'll worry about that last. His skill is highest priority. More times than not, you'll be using Anaxa's skill, so max this out as soon as you can for optimal damage. Makes sense, that's what I expected. Talent is also highest priority. The talent buffs the damage increase when Anaxa deals damage to enemies with qualitative enclosure. Qualitative enclosure? Isn't it disclosure? It's qualitative disclosure. Whatever. So his skill and his his skill and his talent are the highest priority, but his ultimate is also high priority, and says upgrading Anaxa's ultimate simply increases the damage dealt, so upgrade this after his skill and talent. So we'll do skill and talent first, and then we'll bump up ultimate, and then we'll leave basic attack for another day. I'm glad I did a little bit of pre-farming. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to get him started today. Okay, so we got those up to 6. I'm gonna start running out of the Ethereal Omen materials soon, so I think we'll do his ultimate now. Get his ultimate caught up. Once his ultimate's at 6, then I'll go back to the skill and the talent. And then we'll worry about the basic attack and the stat bonuses after I finish with his skill, his talent, and his ultimate. So we'll do the skill again. And then can I get this one up, or no, I need the universal materials. So I need to go kill Black Tide creatures and Divergent Universe enemies. Okay, so I need to go farm Black Tide creatures, which we'll be running into today when we continue the story, so. We'll be two birds, one stone kind of situation with that one. But we can get his talent up with the universal materials, why not? 36 and 27, may as well, whatever. Fine, sure. I really like this character and he's really good, so we will use the resources that I have on him, why not? May as well. They're there to be used. Okay, insufficient materials. Yeah, I don't have the ability to get any of his stuff any higher than that, but 888 is a good start, and then we'll work on his, well, I mean, this one's only 2 of these, so sure. Whatever, that's fine. Okay, that's good enough for now. It's not ideal. I need more materials to get him finished up, but I'll do that off stream. We've done enough farming and material collecting on stream today. I'll do the leveling up of his relics off stream, and then I'll do the trace finishing off stream. I've returned properly. Hello. Hello. Welcome back. Hope your errand trip was good. Today is a day, yeah? In a bad way? While you were gone, I got his Ascension up to level 80, I got his Light Cone up to level 80, I crafted a set of relics for him that is usable for the time being, I just need to get the materials to level them up. And I got his traces, I got his 3 bonus abilities, and then I got his main 3 that he needs to 8. And then we'll work on the rest of that off stream, I'll do some more grinding and finish him up later. But he is usable. It's not ideal, but he's usable, so it's good enough. So stressed lately, every day my stomach feels like knots and it's super bad today. I've had so much on my plate already after waking up, hoping today was a chill stream day. No! I hate this for you. Let's go Anaxa Nation. Real. Rise. Rise, gamers. We did it, we got him. Okay, so yeah, now we are going back to the 3.1 Amphoreus story. So we are getting back into it. So let's see where this goes. We're at the this is the very last quest in the 3.1 Amphoreus patch cycle, so we're almost done with 3.1. And then whenever we finish 3.1, we'll be moving on to 3.2. Oh, boy, oh boy. Very, very thrilled, very excited to have him already on day 1. Very happy. Let's bring him along, shall we? I usually run around on my Acheron team purely because it's easier to kill enemies. We're gonna do something scuffed, because who gives a fuck?
Stream 4, the gleam of old.
I love using scuffed teams. It's very entertaining to me. I'll do enemy farming later or whatever. Let's just continue with the story. Anaxa smile. You deserve a win and early pull so much. If anyone...
Here too. Don't alert them.
If anyone deserves it, it's me, because holy fuck. My account has been such a mess since day 1. Have we been in this building before? I think we have, right? Eat your chips, Acheron.
Stream 4, the gleam of old blades.
I got a crispy pork belly banh mi. This was so needed. Oh fuck yeah, let's go. Delicious. It sounds really good. So excited for story and seeing your anaxa in action. We'll see. Don't expect any crazy numbers from him. He's not done yet, though. If he does do crazy numbers already, despite the fact that he isn't finished being built, then I will be very impressed. If he also does crazy numbers on this absolute scuffed team that I've got going on right now, then I'll also be very impressed.
Long last.
We'll see how it goes. So the last time that we played this, Trebios is in the past. This is a bit of a flashback kind of time loop situation, I think, where she's running away from these guys because she took the core flame, and so we are following her around and helping her from the past, trying to help her get away from the guys that are chasing her.
Gleam of old blades.
And that's where we currently are at in the story at the moment. I don't know how to get through any of this. Guess maybe we go upstairs? Most new characters pull out numbers even unbuilt, it seems. My caster's pulled out 100k even at level 50 with a level 1 light cone. This is true. Yeah. Casterus is pretty cracked right out of the box, to be fair, so. True. Okay, whatever. We'll come back here later for the chest puzzle, whatever. I want to get back into the story because we've spent a lot of time just messing about with my anaxa.
Should be the last fight. We have to help her get through.
But I don't get it. This has been puzzling me for a while now. Who has been aiding Trebios in her escape?
Exactly. That's what I've been saying, is like this feels like a... Hang on. Every time I drink my fucking coffee and water, it makes my nose water. That's what I've been saying. It feels like we're in a bit of a time loop situation here. Because it feels like we are helping her, but we're in the future, technically, according to her. So it's very interesting. Is this a time loop situation, or are we just taking the place of, like, the Titan who helped her then? I've been curious about that too.
Well, history might be blurred by memories. Seeing how the whole city is hunting her down, she clearly had no allies.
Real.
If she pulled it off alone, were we too involved in this process?
Trebios had been on her own since she entered the vault. But what did we truly mean to her? You'll find that answer at the end of this memory.
In that case, let's focus on the mission at hand now. Let's do this, everyone!
Well, let's see how he does. This is his first...
The toast.
His first combat situation. Not that this is a good team for him by any means, but whatever. I'm not somebody who plays this game optimally on the best of days.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
We'll see what kind of numbers he puts out. I can immediately tell you that he's not fast enough. That's the first problem so far.
Friends? Indulge yourselves!
Hopefully Acheron doesn't beat the shit out of these guys before he gets a chance to do anything.
It too shall fall.
I like that confidence.
Okay, what kind of numbers are you doing?
To the soul.
Okay, I mean, not great, but whatever. He's not done yet, it's not his fault. 17k is fine, though, I mean, all things considered.
How about letting the enemy strike first?
Could be better, could be worse.
I weep for the departed.
Well, Acheron is making him look like an idiot, but he's not done being built, so it's not his fault.
Again.
Insanity.
10k. Okay, how much is he gonna do on his
The
ult?
show has begun.
Okay, we'll see.
With this divine power, I reforge all things.
Oh, the 6K is making him look terrible. Oh my god. Oh no. This is the worst possible showcase we could be doing for him.
Step up, let's see ya.
He's doing blade numbers, blade wishes. He could be hitting 6K, be for real.
I'm honored by your
Oh
presence.
fuck, Acheron died. Oh shit, we're gonna lose this fight. That's my actual DPS here.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before?
Stop. It's not Blade's fault he's fallen out of the meta. I think we're gonna have to restart. I don't think anaxa can do this. I don't even think he has enough HP to survive this.
To the soul.
Ooh,
Insanity.
with a spicy... Ooh, he did 32. Let's go.
That's all you got?
I don't have enough skill points to heal him. Okay, hang on.
Friend?
This is probably the worst possible showcase of anaxa anyone's done so far. It's making him look terrible. He did pretty spicy damage on his skill when they had qualitative disclosure on them, to be fair. Like, now that they have qualitative disclosure, he is actually doing a lot of damage on them.
To the soul.
Like 23k, and then another 20k. Like, he is pulling numbers now.
With this divine power, I reforge all things.
He doesn't look as shitted
better to
as he
make
did
no
at the beginning, so we'll give him that much.
A little more heat.
My Acheron dying is so embarrassing. That's my main DPS and one of my strongest characters on my team. Dying to some fucking story trash mobs. That's crazy.
Step up, let's see ya.
Brutal. Hate to see it.
I'm just a frail scholar.
Thank you, I'll hate them.
To the soul. Insanity.
Okay, so it's not that he uses his skill and then you get to use his skill again manually. It's like he uses his skill and then he automatically uses it again on his own without you needing to tell him to, sort of in the same realm of a follow-up attack. Like, he just follows himself up. He just uses it again, which is kind of interesting. Okay,
It's your call.
we're gonna put him away for now. He's not ready to be taken out for real battles, unfortunately.
My back.
Life's
Not
like
his
a
fault.
good book, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Yes, Gallagher.
Season.
5k, yes.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
Step up, let's see
Memories
ya.
are ever changing. Beneath the waters lies an endless abyss.
Black Swan's ultimate is so
I weep
fucking
for the
cool,
departed.
dude. People sleep on how cool she
It too
is.
shall fall.
The aesthetics go crazy on all of her animations.
Free will, or was it fate? Destined for oblivion.
Ill fate descends.
A little more heat.
In the mood for another.
Another journey begins on the still waters of oblivion.
I love dying to this, the very first thing that we
I weep
fought
for the
today.
departed.
With my Acheron dying before my, unfinished
It too shall fall.
anaxa. I clear endgame content in this game, but you can't tell sometimes the way that I play. It's so funny.
Step up, let's see ya. Time to mix things up.
Destiny's hand has truly
Destined
blessed
for
me.
oblivion.
Also at the store, I bought...
Finally, beyond this gate awaits a boundless world.
At the store, I bought air fryer cookies. They're pre-made dough. You gotta put in the air fryer for 10 minutes. They're on special. Ooh. Cool. Air fryer cookies. That's fun.
This is
I didn't know you
where
could
my
make cookies in
journey
the air fryer.
begins. God of passages, can you see me? I will complete the path that you started.
Is she, quieter than usual? I haven't adjusted the voice volume at all. She's like quiet for some reason. I don't really know why. Oh, it's because I had my headset turned down. That's why.
No response after all. Yanis, may you have a good dream. I can't stay here much longer. It's time to leave.
Well, looks like this is the end of the memory.
Not yet. The question that has been puzzling you. She's about to reveal the answer.
There she is. She looks so cool. Man, I wish we got that version of Treeby in the game. She's so cool. What a beautiful character design.
But nothing happened. What was making her or you hesitate at this moment?
Such pretty art. It really is. It's very nice. She looks beautiful.
If she had known this flame chase journey would proceed as the Titan foretold, bringing about great suffering and fatalities, including her own, would she still have chosen to walk through the gate and start her journey?
I think the answer is already within you. And you've made your own decision.
She's talking to you, idiot. She heard you.
What? You can hear us?
Not really. She can neither see nor hear us. Yet she knew that one day, someone would return to unveil this dust-covered memory. We can never know for sure who helped us back then. But that kindness was forever engraved in our hearts, motivating us to move forward. Time has modified this memory into a special letter, so that we do not forget our original intent.
It's a bit of a cop-out to be like, oh, we'll just never know who helped us. Okay.
It's a letter written by Trebios of the past and sent to her future self. In this memory, it is Trebios of the future who overcomes all difficulties for her and sends her on a long journey toward the tomorrow where we are.
So it is us helping her from the future? Helping past her? You just said we'll never know, but now you're saying that in this memory, it is the Trebios of the future helping her in the past. So which is
Yes.
Which is it?
You'll remember it all. And then find your way back to the gate where everything began.
Okay.
Here, I will set sail toward the distant horizon. Here, you have traveled far on your way home. Such is the maxim that unveils Trebios' fate. You shall shatter into 1,000 fragments and wither on the soil of foreign lands.
So she has a death prophecy as well. Okay. So that's 3 of them that have death prophecies. So they're not going to be the ones who make it to the end.
So, if you ever feel lost, return to this place. I'll keep this memory here for you. Or for me, to embrace it again.
Worry not. Though loss is something we've grown used to. Our resolve and our pledge are what Trebios will never forget. Each one of us has never failed to remember. Losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, among which even life itself holds little value. The hot blood of the sacrificial lamb will not be spilled in vain, like my mother and I.
The libations poured are guaranteed to bear fruit, just as my blade-wielding right hand is not a hollow formality.
Surmount the myriad passages of Yanis, and we will once again
Ride the west wind, and let the wings carry us far away.
So, this is your answer?
That's right. In the name of the 3 fates, I stand by my answer with no regrets.
Damn. Yeah, so the answer to Finon's question is yeah, she knew the whole time. She chose to go on the path even knowing the whole time that she had a prophecy that was predicting that she was going to die, even knowing she was going to get split up into a bunch of pieces and all of her pieces were going to wither and die. Yeah, she knew the whole time. She made the choice because she has conviction and she believes in the path. So
Now,
beautiful.
with or without the god's blessing, I run towards the world's agony. If I can truly pierce through the utter darkness, we will meet again at the end of the west wind, where flowers bloom in spring.
Damn. Anaxapolis' holy maiden, Trebios, bore the core flame to quell the world's chaos and became a demigod of Yanis. She traversed the gate of infinity, splitting into 1,000 messengers to spread the divine prophecy across the land of Amphoreus after a century of arduous journeying. Light calendar 3870, month of freedom. Humanity's flame chase journey officially began. 100 years later? So she was the first one on the journey for 100 years before Aglaia?
Lady Treeby, do you still think...
Giving Ruka Devata, 2 queens we'll never forget. True. I miss Ruka Devata. Rip.
that everything will be fine tomorrow?
Yeah, that's what Trianne would say as well.
With all due respect, Lady Treeby, you know perfectly well that see you tomorrow is nothing but a white lie.
Castrus's face being covered while she says this is very symbolic. Very interesting. It's a bit of an omen, I fear.
I hope your toughness is not a mask hiding a lonely heart.
Cass, that's not a lie. See you tomorrow is the greatest prophecy in the world.
Prophecy?
Listen, in every corner of this land, every heartbeat carries a prayer for that prophecy to come true. It may be that only a few heroes will bring tomorrow to the new world, but the prophecy of leading everyone to tomorrow belongs to all in Amphoreus.
But not everyone has the chance to see tomorrow. How can such words be called a prophecy?
Because people believe it will come true, and they are trying hard to hold on to that belief. Even as the world teeters on the brink of collapse, everyone is pressing forward, longing to reach farther and move toward tomorrow.
I hate to be that guy. This is a beautiful message of hope and faith and holding on and holding out and being determined and whatever. This isn't what a prophecy is, though. A prophecy is not just a hope and a prayer that something might happen or something you want to happen. A prophecy is something that has been divined, that is going to happen according to fate. It's not the same thing, right? It's a nice message, though. The sentiment that she's talking about is really nice. And I agree with her mentality and everything, but that's not what a prophecy is. It would make more sense if they said tomorrow is the most beautiful dream or hope or wish or prayer that people have. Because tomorrow's not guaranteed, but everybody is hoping and wishing and dreaming and trying to, make sure that they're still around for tomorrow. And everybody hopes to see tomorrow and hopes to see their loved ones tomorrow and whatever. But that's not a prophecy. I'm a little confused. It's a nice sentiment, though.
And that is why a holy maiden exists to lead the world toward tomorrow. And why Yanisopolis' prophecy unfolds as passages.
Because a prophecy is also something, in theory, that you don't need to work towards. A prophecy is something that you divine that's going to happen. Which is also, I think their interpretation of prophecy in this game is also kind of interesting sometimes. Yeah.
Fate is not about the outcome, but the journey. It's not the flowers that bloom at the end of the road,
I mean, it can be both.
but rather the paths that lead beyond the gate, where people tread toward the sea of flowers.
Oh, thank you for the biddies. Thank you, Frolicking Fire, for the 100 biddies. I appreciate you. Very kind of you. Give you a kiss. Mwah. That's a nice sentiment. I disagree with some of the I guess logistics. I'm being nitpicky, to be fair, but it's a nice sentiment. I get what she's saying.
So, Cass, if anything is troubling you, just set it aside for tomorrow.
That's maybe not the best mentality. If something's troubling you, set it aside for tomorrow is like, I don't know about that one. Let's maybe not make that our like main way of living life. Bro didn't tell us Anaxa was the one streaming for us today. How dare you? It's fucked up of you to say. Lidded one lost a lot of bits on after saying I was done. Thank you. You're very kind.
There's no difference
Thank you for the
between
milf hat.
demigods and mortals. The troubles we encounter can only be resolved by our future selves.
The troubles we encounter can be resolved by our present selves, though. Again, it's a nice sentiment, but I don't know that I agree with her, like, worldview or her philosophy or whatever. I agree with her, like, with her optimism and the way that she sort of views things and her, like, very idealistic view of things. But this whole, like, we'll deal with that in the future kind of thing, and your future self will do that is, like... Question mark?
Reflect through the long night. Wait for the dawn.
Not to be a downer in this, like, beautiful speech that she's giving.
The hesitant part of us will be left behind in the dark, while the determined side of us will know no fear. Because that's how Trivios has journeyed so far to spread the prophecy. Beckoning the morning sun, and the tomorrow it promises to bring. We will now continue the journey and face our destiny. We will step over the gods' corpses and wander among humanity. And thus, we shall sweep apart Amphoreus' pitch-dark fog. And at the end, all will reach that silver-white shoal.
Aww.
That end of the
Trian and Trivios are in heaven together.
It is a haven free from storms, cold, and heavy rains. No sorrow can linger there. We've made a promise to meet again at the end of the west wind, where flowers bloom in spring. See you tomorrow, Trian. See you tomorrow!
Hee hee. That was not a hee hee. Bro went, Damn. See you tomorrow, and then it cuts to this guy, huh? What kind of omen is that supposed to be?
Child of humanity, surely you are not waiting for the arrival of night.
Nights do not fall upon Akuma.
That's why it's futile for you to wait here.
She got you there, buddy.
Honestly, I didn't expect the renowned Reason Titan to behave like this.
And that's all thanks to you. If your soul weren't
Get his ass.
as a hedgehog, I wouldn't have to act this way.
Very funny. Get him.
If you were more accommodating, you wouldn't be opposing me all the time. And I could teach you more freely.
Fucking
instead.
get him.
It was you who insisted on implanting the core flame in me. Forget it. Cut the sarcasm and just say what you need to say.
Fine, fine. All I want is to remind you, there's not much left in your soul. If you don't do something soon, I will have to take over this body.
If I'm not worried, why should you be? I know what you're planning. You just want my help answering the question. What exactly are we?
Hello?
Correct?
What are we? I ask that all the time. It's a very important question.
It's good that you remember. Thus, equivalent exchange. It's only fair.
Then rest easy. The answer will soon be revealed, and you'll have to return my body shortly.
Is that true?
Certainly. I initially thought this extremely frail state would hinder me from getting my body back. But I didn't expect the answer to be right within it. That saved me a lot of trouble. I don't even need the black-robed swordmaster's ceremonial blade.
That's certainly worth celebrating.
Regrettably, I can't carry out the upcoming experiment alone.
The girl who's walking with death. Is she
Casterus?
fully prepared?
Be patient, Titan. If we're always so guarded, how can death reach us easily?
Are you gonna do something crazy and drastic to try to draw Thanatos out? To try to get Casterus or Core Flame? What are you implying here?
Unfortunately, on behalf
Oh my god,
of
Aglaya.
Arma,
Oh shit, these two are
I'll ask you to
interacting.
slow your pace.
Okay, fucking chill. We don't need to open the conversation with your teeth gritted. Okay, calm down.
I forgot about you. My apologies.
Oh my god.
A child's words are always carefree. I'll just dismiss these words as nonsense from a cheeky child.
Oh my god.
Come now, conceited performer. It's time to address your relationship with that Titan.
Lamau, fucking get him.
What if I refuse?
Oh my god, just play nice, both of you. So cranky.
Provocation will only tip Talantan's scales further toward your demise. There's no need to go to such lengths.
It's just, he's getting his fucking shit rocked by these two. This guy never gets a break. No wonder he's cranky all the time.
Oh, monster neither human nor divine. Don't forget that you won't dare kill me. If you snuff out the core flame of reason,
Oh my god.
what else can you use to stand against the council?
Do you two mind if I cut in?
I warned you.
Oh
Do
my
not
god.
interrupt me.
Oh, calm down, cranky boy.
I just have been meaning to ask. Does death really matter to you?
What do you mean?
What I mean is, before I implanted the core flame into your heart, you were already a silent, cold corpse.
Literally or metaphorically? Okay. Question mark? Do we mean that literally or do we mean that metaphorically? Is this a Capitano situation or do you mean like he's dead inside? Is that his fatal flaw? I'm back. Finally have a moment to catch my breath. Want to chat? No. I want to get on to the next part of the story. It's unusual to see Mem isn't with you. I can't control Mem. Since they're not here, let me ask you, are you really sure you want to take on the trial of Oryx's core flame on behalf of the Chrysos heirs? I mean, we gotta get the remembrance ability somehow, right? Well, we saw his trailer. Yeah, true. It's about time for me to level up. We've ended up at this point, after all. It's probably a fate the Trailblaze can't evade. You should be extra cautious and watch out for yourself. Based on the experiences of those before you, this trial is no walk in the park. Oh my god. I assumed anaxa really did literally die. I guess we'll see. Maybe he did. But what concerns me even more is that you'll further bind yourself to amphoreus. If you truly assume that Titan's divinity, do you believe you'll be able to lay it down again? I mean, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, man. We gotta deal with the crisis at hand, or we're not gonna be able to get off the planet. Forget it. We'll deal with that when the time comes. No matter what happens, I'll be right here with you. Where were you earlier? I got held up by two people in guard uniforms and ended up missing Trian's farewell ceremony. You missed her funeral, dude. Uncool. They said they were messengers of the Council of Elders and wanted to verify my identity, but I suspect we've been on their radar for a while, and they only made their move when you and I got separated. Their questions were specific, from how we arrived in Akuma to our relationships with each Chrysos heir. They even asked about what we did in the market. Luckily, those pawns aren't the brightest. I managed to brush off most of those questions, so they'll probably leave us alone for a bit. Council of Elders are bad guys? Not really ready to label them as good or bad, but their conduct is certainly irritating. But on second thought, Aglaya also initially kept her guard up with us. It's best not to provoke either side until we know the full truth. I mean, yeah, but Aglaya kept her guard up, but she was also direct and honest with us, like, basically the whole time, even while being guarded. Whereas the Council of Elders are, like, they're, like, outwardly aggressive and willing to pull, like, political manipulation to get the power out of the Chrysos heir's hand. So, you know. The only thing we know for sure is that some members of the Council of Elders aren't happy with the Chrysos heirs. In the worst case scenario, we could be caught up in the internal conflicts of the Holy City. We already have been. It's too late to leave now. That's my favorite episode. If we only had more time to sort through the clues about the Black Tide, but now the weather's the only lovely thing left. Let's take some more pictures. Huh? What's going on? Something wrong, Danho? Ah. The memory card is full. I bet March and the others are pretty worried too. She's dead. She's fucking dead.
And so, this long day passed.
The memory card is full. We can't take any more pictures. But also, remember that Fuli is the Aeon of Remembrance. And March is associated to memory because she can't remember her past because she has amnesia. And when we got to Amphoreus, Fuli is the one who saw us, and that triggered March to get stuck in the ice. And now the memory card is full and we saw her in the ice. Something's going to happen to her soon, I think.
Some people arrived, and some left forever. Just like every other day of this journey, where we, stumbling, move forward. We have long been prepared. If we are to chase the flames, then we must grow used to farewells. And yet, no one back then could foresee death. Its arrival would always
I'm gonna die.
be so sudden. And so
Whoa. Trailblazer's gonna fucking die. Let's go. That's crazy. Damn.
even little Gray, coming from beyond the sky, could not escape the Reaper's two hands.
Wow, real? They're gonna kill
What
us?
people gained and lost in that trial of death was far heavier than life itself.
Okay.
Just like the destiny that the prophecy revealed for Cass, at the end of the Sea of Flowers, the souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips.
Are we gonna sacrifice ourselves for her?
And after an embrace, there shall be eternal separation.
Wow, we're gonna die. This is the spoiler screenshot I saw, and the caption did not say this. What it meant, I fear the community spoiling this game have been spoiling it incorrectly. Wow, they're gonna kill the Trailblazer. That's crazy. Surely they mean this literally, and we're literally going to die, and the story's gonna be over. Got a Trian doll. Nameless recollection. The God King has returned home, and the messenger has departed. Their fates can no longer be scried, but are worthy of remembering. The testaments of character witnessed during your travel. Head to the book and write it down. What is this Trian doll that we have now? Oh, I forgot I had standard banner pulls. She's not a pet. Is she an icon? She might be an icon. Yeah, she's an icon. Honkai Star Rail ends after this patch. Yeah, it ends after 3.2 because they kill you. That's crazy. Alright, well, we're on to 3.2 now. You don't put your records in the train music box, Sicko? I have never touched that system, ever. We play as the Blail Tracer after this? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Sicko. I'm kidding. No, you're not. Oh my god, a Glea. Those flame-chasing people, those forgotten stories as I've written. Curtains of swords and weave. A solo lyre sounds flow among the streets.
My lover, why does your mood change faster than the clouds above?
The audience's face covered in sorrow.
Oh, how I wish she has clear eyes that are quick to anger and laughter, and dimples that crease in smiles and frowns.
For the maiden he longs for has a body of alabaster and fingers carved by scalpels. In her runs blood of gold and a heart woven from threads. Is this guy in love with the garment maker? She has neither eyes nor dimples, lacking even a face, for she is Aglaea's garment maker, merely a demigod serf. The gilded dressmaker, the executive of romance, how resplendent would her mansion be above the radiant dawning clouds. Nervously, the visitor opens the doors, like parting curtains at a theater. The one with golden thread in hand is revealed, standing betwixt figures of stone.
Lady Aglaea, I am Apollos' retainer, here for an outfit to take to my master.
He casts sideways glances as he bows, for the garment maker he adores is flanking her mistress, silently as a leaf accompanying a flower. Slender hands sculpted of ivory pull at the dress's train, as if one breath alone the maiden will be revived.
A creation of love and beauty indeed.
As the visitor thinks thus, his thoughts prickle the golden threads in the room.
You wish to embrace such fantasies.
She declares thus on the other end of the golden thread.
You must beware of the scissors that can pierce through the chest.
You're threatening this guy? Are you jealous and overprotective of your garment maker? In the ancient theater, there are thousands of plays, millions of shows, where even the god of romance was once an actor. The weaver below the stage savors the show for inspiration. The ostracized poet finally returned home, the adoring lovers separated by misfortune, the hero betrayed fires his deadly arrow into the traitor's heart. That feels like foreshadowing. The thread known as romance is knit by all beings, by all love and hatred, beauty and sin, memories and prophecies. All that occurs are clothing indeed. Look, the despondent servant buries his love. The dressmaker plucks it up, and into the garment maker's dress she weaves. The elegant garment maker once had beautiful faces, some as knights with swords, some as impassive priests, and put on pantomime after pantomime in the golden thread's light. Till the stage shook in the storm, and the black tide tainted the dancers' skirts. She wiped clean their visages, and instilled armaments instead of silk.
Use the needle and thread as your sword.
She requests the servants who cannot answer. The garment makers are elegant still. They turn bloody and stained. I wasn't done reading that. Fuck are you? How do I make me sick? The garment makers are elegant still. They turn bloody and stained slaughter into lithe rondos, for only then can they still dress in new gowns. Only then can romance survive into the morrow. What does that mean? I don't know. Okay, Treeby. Oh, we have 2 more. You shall part with your friends, with your enemies, with others, and with yourself. Off to a good start. Trebios, you have already swallowed the fruit of fate. From now on, you shall be as a school of birds without feet, flying towards tomorrow without a moment of repose. The Chrysos War's clamor rises and falls, and when the children reunite, only 3 of them remain. The lively child says. That person tears open the barricade of the black tide, aims at the sky, wanting to contain the core flame in a sheath.
There will always be warriors like me, who believe in and are willing to protect the tomorrow they prophesize.
They prophecy. It's a typo in here. But the crusading Chrysos heirs never returns. The greedy ones then lift the crown with sharp blades, and by power's lethality, they are one by one slain.
We remember a group of bards.
The taciturn child says. The bards compose songs for the children's prophecy, and along the corpus of the pillar of stone lay their footprints upon which ballads are carved.
Though we lack the might of swords and shields, we can take you to walk every part of this world.
Till many years later, when the bards all return to their subterranean eternal rest, the children sing the long, long songs, and alone they bear memories of humanity.
We miss us.
The exuberant child says. When they left their home, the passages blew the girl apart into countless turbulent bubbles, carried to all corners of the world on winds of destiny.
Run towards the world's agony.
The children cheer each other up. As the years pass and the sun and moon rise and fall, the children often hear sounds of their friends shattering. Farewell, farewell, farewell. The children who still walk the earth silently hide their wrenching sobs. Upon the hills of Akama once grew golden figs as far as the eye could see. The remaining children lick their hands and decide to make this beautiful city the beginning of yet another journey. The children pull on the hem of their maiden's dress. Please, listen.
Please, listen to the prophecy we bring.
The maiden pulls on her silken threads, weaving in her heart the children's past into strings.
Chase the core flames with me. I promise that.
The libations poured are guaranteed to bear fruit. It was just the same thing that she said at the end of the cutscene, what Trebios was saying. The libations poured are guaranteed to bear fruit, etc., etc. The gentle mother silently dreams and brings to her child a scent from the west wind's shores. Then she quietly departs, and the only words her child hears is a prophecy of forlorn melancholy. The slumber of titans, the fragmented lullaby, the roar of the guards all merge into a torrential black tide that carries the first demigod from the past to the future. And that was the beginning of this long dream. In this tiny room, she forged 20 years of her memories with time. Sometimes the child does not understand. The gates of worlds outside the window are so numerous, yet why can we not step within? And if one cannot leave the tower, what need is there to gaze into the distance via tomes? The mother smiles and does not answer, only using bedtime stories to once again gild another golden sheen of destiny to the amphoreus of the child's dreams. Alas, the golden light of destiny cannot illuminate the shadows of power and greed. All it takes to rob the child of her only kin is a letter of dark conspiracy. The culprit thought the murder had no flaws, but was unaware that the lamb willingly stepped into the passage's dead end. Before the priest met her demise, the only thing her eyes contained was spite. Yet she leaves her final warmth and hope embroidered into those dolls, leaving them behind for her innocent love. Loneliness stakes nightmares into the child's sleep, and the child hugs those dolls tight.
At the very least, we will never leave each other, right?
Oranik softly sighs and carefully lifts the curtain of time, presenting a crystal given in libation to the brave before the doll holding a blade. The Titan loves this child born into sorrow, but has no power to erase impeding tragedy in the morrow. Only can they dispel in the evening wind of the palace, giving the child solace and sweet dreams. Turn back, Chosen One. The Titan's fading proclamations cannot pull back the string of the girl's destiny.
All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle.
In the holy city adorned with falling flowers, the children recall the prophecy beside their friend that has passed away. But the girl had already passed through thousands of crossroads and continues to sail toward tomorrow. Oh, for that bright spot beyond is... Let me finish manually instead of kicking me out of the book automatically, you fucking sicko. Over that bright spot beyond is the end of the west wind where flowers bloom in spring. So I was doing the dishes when you were in the Aglaia book story, but yes, she's jealous of that man trying to romance garment maker. Lol, Aglaia has an interesting relationship with her garment maker. She's very possessive. And, I don't know, I kind of respect that about her. She's like, these are mine. I made them. You can't have them. They're me and they belong to me and they're mine. Something wrong with her. I like her. There's a lot to dissect about the character who makes these figures that are born of her own thread and are kind of faceless versions of her own self, but are kind of their own entity. There's a lot to dissect about men falling in love with faceless, voiceless beings. Yeah, there's a lot, like, symbolically happening with her and her story. The day the lion went on campaign. None may approach that battlefield, the lone army of Kremnos, an obstacle on the flame chase journey. He ordered his troops to stand aside. That was the first meeting between hero and prince. The two men fought for 10 nights unceasingly, till the combat drew to its end. Neither was able to score a single victory and conceded not a single defeat. None knows why this man's fate is always overshadowed by a single number decreed. Just like how none can ascertain how the flame chase heroes convinced this man. It was not mutual appreciation, nay, for in his memories 7 sentences were all his mother ever spoke to him. To him ever spake, sorry. Yet somehow that leader who weaves the golden threads recounted one of the 7 with ease. There is no right or wrong in this man's heart.
The lion has its own historian. And the history of the hunt should not be held by the hunter alone.
And thus he speaks little. Others once guessed he regards the holy city as his home, for he seeks a land to belong. As the king of his people, it is the first gift to them he brings, but as per the rule with gifts, once given away, the gifter will never repossess this thing. This journey is long, yet none ever dares to anger the man. Not because of his unrestrained manners, but because every meal the heroes partook were all cooked by his peerless skill. One's sight served falsehoods in the woods. He had relied on scent since young to distinguish guests and obtain gains. Yet there are always exceptions. The man's archenemy often puzzled why their food always borderline nauseating. He still recalls the day he entered the holy city. One who worships strife is bound to have rumors rife.
Insects consume each other, and he's no less than the Mad King's kin.
What? It matters little, for the man has always considered himself an enemy to the world. He paves the road so that one day his peers would match his anger within. Yet until the prophecy turned true, none in the holy city he ever did ruin. Okay. So we're almost done with Mighty, and we're almost done with Treeby. And Aglaya. We have 3 of Aglayas already so far. Oh, hi, man. All these stories are really, really old, but I haven't had enough of them yet. Oh, that reminds me. I forgot to ask an important question. How old are you? I'm a newborn. I'm as old as the world. I forgot it doesn't matter. You're asking me or the Trailblazer? I'm as old as the world. You're teasing me again. So will koizik grow old and gray and become an old grandpa? Now I'm curious. I want to see. I'm so happy that the moment I stepped into this world, I met you. This way, every moment of my life will be recorded by you. If you ever write a book about me, it'll be a thick one. What is there for us to talk about if I already know everything? But my past is a crushing weight shrouded in darkness. There's no way I could remember everything. That would make me even happier. It means there are so many moments worth treasuring you can't keep track of them all. Okay, Alicia. Okay, you talk just like her. Okay. Look, there's a little mem down here. The misogynistic campaign against Aglaya when amphoreus first released is also interesting, considering a lot of themes and interesting things that pop up in Aglaya's character and story. It's true. She got a lot of unjustified hate on her release, and when she was introduced in the story, it was kind of crazy seeing how much people were complaining about everything she did and calling her evil over the slightest things. It was interesting. It was a very strange reaction to her as a character that I still don't really understand to this day, because a lot of it was kind of crazy overblown, to be honest. And vile because the hate she got is vile, of course. Also interesting that a woman like Aglaya really exposed that side of a lot of folks out there. Yeah, true. Hello world, I'm 5 minutes old. Yeah, that's the Trailblazers story. Hello, I'm baby. I was just born 2 years ago. Yes, I'm fully grown, super powerful, like, honestly, demigod kind of creature, but I was born 5 minutes ago. I'm 5 years old. Today's my first day on Earth. Okay, Alicia, March, Alicia. Can't keep getting away with this. Oh, no. She really does talk just like her. It's fascinating. We got a message from Finon? Hey, buddy, you there? I could say no. Just to fuck with him. That could be funny. Praise the sun. Praise the sun. So he's a Dark Souls fan, first and foremost. Secondly, you know who has the sun as his symbol? Kefali. You know who has the symbol of the sun in his eye? This guy. Why is his drip different in the icon? It's an old picture. It's from before he got his new outfit. Yeah, what's up? That's what I said. Wow, instant reply, I'm touched. With all that's gone down recently, I thought we could talk. The failed trial, the Grove, My Day, the Kremnoans, and seeing Treeby's memories, all of it. Yeah. The good thing we crushed them all. That's another thing. We three can crush it. All Dan Hung too. Ha 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 ha. Absolutely. But promise me that you won't laugh at this. Honestly, even though we made it through everything, seeing Treeby's memories just left me with more questions. That person alone will witness the miracle doesn't sound like a good ending, does it? Why did everyone choose to become demigods, even after knowing the price? Well, fine on. It's because all of them believe in the prophecy. They believe that there is going to be able to be one person standing alone at the end to see the prophecy true, and if the prophecy comes true, then Genesis happens. And if Genesis happens, then ideally they all get reborn together in like the afterlife, or they get reborn together in a new life or whatever. There's a point to all of this. The Genesis thing hasn't been well explained so far, but the point of it is that they're going to get to restart. They just need somebody to see it through to the end. Does everyone else leave him on red? Probably yes, if I had to guess. They did it for you. What a fascinating response. I mean, considering everyone calls him hero and perfect hero and deliverer, they did it for you. It's my only theory, so it could be wrong, but maybe they're paving the path for you, deliverer. No, don't joke around. My abilities and resolve are still lacking by a lot. Being a Glaze apprentice, I'll be lucky not to cause new problems for her. Sigh, I should have asked Mighty about his reason before he left, but now he's taken all the glory and all the cool spotlights. So it's the competitive spirit talking. Sounds like someone's being competitive. Haha, just kidding. No, he's not. Well, I think I feel a bit better about all this now. I've learned a lot from this conversation. I'll go over what we said in my own time. Thanks, buddy. We're amphoreus' only hope. Oh, wait, there's Dan Hung too. All three of us. You forgot about Mem, you fucking sicko. Pets, please, is what this emoji is called that he just used. Yeah, I'm sure. What a fascinating response. He blushed and kicked his feet, though. You can tell. Oh, yeah, for real. Absolutely, he did. Pet him? Yeah, I bet he'd like that. Well, chat. It's just about that time of day where I usually end stream for the day. Most of today's stream was spent pulling anaxa and then leveling anaxa, which, I mean, I kind of planned for, but it took a little bit longer than I intended it to. But, you know, whatever. I had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So, we finished 3.1, so there's that. So the next stream will be on Friday, and then we will be starting the 3.2 story and seeing what kind of crazy places that goes. So please look forward to it. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today, and I hope you guys all have a very good rest of your day or night or whatever time it is where you live. Thank you for joining me. It was nice to see everybody. Thank you very much to Frolicking Fire for the biddies. I appreciate the bits that you gave me. Very kind of you. Thank you for letting me pull on your account as well. Sorry you didn't get anaxa, but best of luck pulling him. I'm sure you'll get him within a day or two. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. And I will catch everybody next time when we continue 3.2 on Friday. Bye!